Hello everybody, welcome to week 6 of the BTFL season. Miami Riptide start off at the Birmingham Rebels. Jim Kelly and Birmingham get the ball first, and they're in the red zone quickly as Jim Kelly throws it to Anthony Thompson. It's a 6-0 lead, 7-0 after the extra point. Sean Dawkins catches the deep, dazzling pass from the Hall of Famer Jim Kelly as he makes it into the red zone, and then Jim Kelly runs out of the pocket. He's tackled. It's a fumble. Ball is recovered by Ralph Tam of the offense. The big man does the touchdown dance. Jim, not Chris Everett, gets the ball for the Miami Riptide and throws it to his favorite fullback, Jim Lester. Don't call him Chris because he's Jim Everett. He gets the ball midfield, throws it down the left side to Adrian Cooper, slowly rolling it to the 10-yard line, but Jim, not Chris Everett, makes a mistake, throwing an interception to Gene Atkins. But this would prove to be not a good thing for the Rebels as Thurman Thomas would get safetied in the end zone 14-2. Jerome Bettis, he does not have a head of lettuce, he's the bus. The Hall of Famer gets it inside the 15-yard line, and the drive would be finished off by a handoff to Jerome Bettis into the end zone. The bus has the touchdown. The score is 14-9. This time Jim Kelly makes a mistake, throwing an interception to Brian Washington as he dives for the interception. Getting it to around the 50-yard line, Jim Kelly winds up, throws it to his favorite fullback, Tim Lester. This is the Tim Lester drive because he would get the ball not once, not twice, but 3 times. This time bumming it into the end zone. He's saying, "Get off me," in the end zone. Miami came back to rally. They're up by 2, but Andre Reed, the Hall of Famer, rears his head as he catches 2 consecutive skinny posts over the middle as the Birmingham Rebels take a 5-point lead. It's 4th down for the Miami Riptide. The bus gets the ball, but he's unable to ram it through to the first down marker, and Chris Jackie would add a field goal after the drive stalls. Miami needs 8 points. That's a touchdown and an onside kick and then a score. This would help the bus getting it into Rebels territory, and then Jim Everett throwing it deep down the left side to the Hall of Famer Sterling Sharp to the 1-yard line. Jerome Bettis bums it in for the touchdown. Down by 1, onside kick. Rebels recover. Rebels win 24-23. The Rebels are 3-3. The Riptide are still in first place at 4-2. The perfect LA Stars at 5-0 host the Charlotte Wildcats. Phil Simms been doing what he's been doing all season, putting up MVP-like numbers to his favorite receiver, Henry Ellard. The ball is inside Wildcats territory deep, and Harold Green is safetied 9-0. Warren Moon rolls out of the pocket. He shows off that speed, that whoop agility moves. He's running like he's Randall Cunningham. And then Harold Green takes the shotgun snap, the direct snap into the end zone for the touchdown. It's a 2-point ball game. Phil Simms with that play action fake. It's real tricky to Keith Byers, his fullback, inside the 40-yard line, and Bobby Humphreys would go whoop around defenders, breaking ankles to the 1-yard line. Keith Byers would bum it in for the touchdown, vulturing that one off Bobby Humphreys. Harold Green, he's got his own speed and abilities to juke around defenders, and he gets the flip to the left. He's got the touchdown. It's a 2-point ball game. This one's a close one. Phil Simms with no pressure in his face throws it down the right side, diving the Hall of Famer Michael Irvin. And then Phil Simms, play action fake, gives it to the Hall of Famer in the end zone, Michael Irvin, 23-14. Warren Moon shows off the speed and the abilities, but he's intercepted by Neon Deion Sanders on that one, intended for Andre Rison. And then Henry Ellard keeps doing what he's been doing best, catching the ball and running it into the end zone for the touchdown, 30-14. Phil Simms continues to pile this onslaught on, giving it to his favorite receiver, Henry Ellard. He whoops around the defenders, breaking ankles, and then Phil Simms play action faking again. He's been hoarding this ball to Keith Byers, 37-14. Warren Moon needs to make this respectable. He throws it deep down the right side to Moon Rison for the touchdown, 37-21. But then Keith Byers catches a deep pass. Everybody's catching balls here for the Stars, and Treadwell kicks the field goal, 40-21. Last-ditch effort for Warren Moon. throws an interception to Primetime. And LA wins 43-28. They continue to be perfect. Wildcats are 4-2. Cincinnati Rampage visit the Bulls of Baltimore. Eric Ball comes back from injury. He had a decent game, but we'll start off with Mark Rippon ripping it deep to Willie Gault, his fast receiver. Right off the bat, it's a 7-point game. Eric Kramer throws it down the left side this time, a diving Irving Fryer catch. And then an Eric Ball catch over the middle, but after the drive stalls, the Jason Hansen field goal attempt would be good. 4-point ball game. Mark Rippon would rip it down the left side. It's caught, intercepted by Audrey McMillan, and Eric Kramer would make good on that opportunity, giving it to Marv Cook for the touchdown. 3-point lead for the Bulls, but Eric Kramer would give it right back. An interception to Sam Seal. This would lead to a Roger Ruzek made field goal. The game is tied up. Eric Kramer, he would throw it down the right side this time. This would be intercepted by Richard Johnson, and this would be the Ricky Running Waters drive. Say that 3 times fast, as he would get the ball all this time in the red zone, getting it for the touchdown. 7-point game, but Eric Kramer, he would tie the game up, throwing it deep to Mark Ingram in the end zone, and Mark Rippon, he would rip it deep to Willie Gault, jumping up for the catch, contested ball, and then Ricky Running Waters would run it into the end zone for the touchdown. Another try here. Toy Cook would intercept this Eric Kramer pass, and Mark Rippon would give it to old reliable on his team, Willie Gault, as he would get it inside the 20, inside the 10. This would lead to a Roger Ruzek made field goal. It's a 10-point ball game. Last-ditch effort, Greg Robinson would get the ball on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs, 34-17. The Rampage win. They're 3-3. Bulls are 2-4. Quelling all points of a quarterback controversy, Montana returns to Philadelphia as they play against the Detroit Mustangs. We start off with Johnny Johnson. He runs the ball down the right side and he gets injured. This would be a theme of the game. Huge injuries. He would be replaced by Scott Graham. Scott Graham would catch the ball over the middle, the check down by Joe Montana, which he did best when he was in the league in San Francisco. But this would lead to a John Carney made field goal after the drive stalls. It's 3-0. Ball back for Joe Montana, and he's going to fire it yet again into the hands of Barry Foster, making it to around the 50-yard line. But this would lead to a John Carney made field goal after the drive stalled in the red zone. Cody Carlson would have the ball, thrown an interception to Lewis Oliver, making it deeper into Detroit territory. And then Joe Montana, first touchdown in a few weeks. He fires it to Mark Carrier. It's a 13-0 ball game, but Cody Carlson gets this back into his hands. Anthony Carter, and the Kerry Blanchard field goal would be made. It's a 10-point ball game. Joe Montana, in the shadow of his own goalpost, runs out of the pocket, and oh no, he gets injured again. The Hall of Famer is limping, and Kip Baseless is happy because his boy, Wade Wilson, comes back as quarterback. Otis Anderson, he also gets injured after the flip to the right. He would be replaced by Alan Pickett. Detroit is down to one of their very last running backs, and this Kerry Blanchard field goal is no good. Next drive for the Spirit, Barry Foster runs down the right side avoiding tacklers, and Wade Wilson, no pressure in his face, gives it to Barry Foster in the flats. Easy pass to the left. Barry Foster makes it inside the red zone, and after the drive stalls, another John Carney field goal is made. Kelvin Bryant's still in there, filling in for Rod Bernstein as he makes it inside of Spirit territory, and then Alan Pickett goes whoop around defenders, making it to the 1, and Kelvin Bryant, he bumps it in for the touchdown. More for Wade Wilson and the Spirit as he throws it deep down the field. The rainbow pass to Michael Haynes as he gets another touchdown, and then touchdown Eddie Brown gets it to the 2-yard line, and Kelvin Bryant gets another touchdown. 16-23 onside kick. Spirit recover, and Wade Wilson back to pass. Throws it to Mark Carrier at the 5-yard line, and he breaks ankles for the touchdown. Celebrate Wade Wilson as Philadelphia wins 30-16. Philadelphia is 5-1. Mustangs are 2-4. Pittsburgh Renegades are hosting the Indianapolis Guardians here without Brett Favre still, but Ron Moore is in the game and he's splitting the defense, going down the right side, making it into Pittsburgh territory at the 30. Chris Chandler's taking over for Brett Favre as he throws it shallow to the Hall of Famer Jerry Rice, and he walks into the end zone, the best receiver we've ever seen here in the NFL. Kevin McAttack on the next drive for Pittsburgh takes the ball to the left, and he gets tackled. It's a fumble! Ball's recovered by Kevin Green, and Kevin Green gets it to around the 20-yard line, and Chris Chandler finishes this drive off, throwing it the skinny post between defenders to Mark Bavaro for the touchdown. It is 14-0. John Elway's got to get his team on the board. He throws it down the right side to Michael Jackson, but John Elway gets sacked by the Guardians, and this would lead to a Jason Elam made field goal. It's good, 11-point ball game. Back to action for Chris Chandler, throwing it deep to his favorite receiver, Jerry Rice, jumping, catching, and he could go all the way for the touchdown. No one would catch him today. Celebrate there, Chris Chandler. We would have a punt here for the Renegades, and they would muff it and get tackled. It'd be a turnover on downs. Chris Chandler would end this drive off with an Alexander Wright touchdown pass the left corner of the end zone. Trying to make things more respectable here, the Hall of Famer John Elway throws it deep to Michael Jackson. Play action, rollout, bootlegs. He's down by 25 points, and he gives it to old reliable Don Beebe into the end zone, making it an 18-point game. But the onslaught continues by Ron Moore as he splits the defense, getting it to midfield, and Chris Chandler would finish off this drive. Almost, actually. Giving it to Sammy Smith, getting it to around the 1-yard line, and Ron Moore would bum it in for the touchdown. Last-ditch effort for John Elway. He's intercepted by Merton Hanks, and that would end the game 49-22. 3-game winning streak for the Guardians, and the Renegades are 2-4. Buffalo Stampede go to Milwaukee to play the Warriors. Still no Vinny Testaverde, but Garrison Hurst comes back. That'll help. Here's what doesn't help. Bo-Nose Jackson, he fumbles. Ball's recovered by Anthony Pleasant. This would lead to Dan Marino taking advantage of it, throwing it over the middle, the check down to Rick. Getting it into the end zone for the touchdown. It's 7-0 by the Warriors. Mark Clayton on the next drive for the Warriors gets it to around midfield, and then Dan Marino would throw it over the middle to his favorite receiver, Bill Brooks, as he evades defenders, getting it to around the 10. And Dan Marino would stand back, no pressure in his face, delivers it to Mark Clayton in the end zone for the touchdown. 2-possession game. Ty Detmer gets the ball into Warriors field goal range, but then he throws an interception to Ben Smith, which ends that drive. Bill Brooks, however, takes off where he left off from the last drive, catching the skinny post over the middle, and catches another skinny post, getting it to around the 10. And why not just finish this off by a diving Bill Brooks touchdown? It's 21-0. Dan Marino throws the ball over the middle yet again to Bill Brooks, and he's got 2 touchdowns on the game. Game ends 31-10. Warriors are 4-2. Stampede is down there at 1-5.